him. I think they've got to come after him, take some chances. He has had too much time to throw the football, and as a result, he's been able to, without any question, complete passes and long, deep ones.
All right. Well, you know, other backfield. It'll go out. JC fumbled the ball out of bounds. It'll be down right there. So a big mistake. He should have let the ball go out of bounds. It sets the penalty. He knows better than to try to field the ball. It's headed out of bounds right there. The halftime statistics, gentlemen.
Work.
That's right.
Oh, we made some adjustments at the half, and it's okay for Hayden to help out on the defense now.
No, I only want the quarterback.
Here's a first down for Bernie Kosar and Miami, trailing it by 7. He'll pass from his end zone on first down. Throws underneath to the tight end Smith. Out to the 10-yard line. A little breathing room error.
You see all the adjustments that are being made here at discussion right on the sideline. And here's the replay of the pass from Kosar. The secondary is pretty much standard that time. Just an out pattern here. Nobody there to take care of it. We don't see the reception right down here in the corner where the official is.
2nd and 5 for Kosar and the Hurricanes. Bratton and Oliver are his running backs. Penalty marker is down. He hits Smith again for the first down, and it is obvious now that Miami is going to try to utilize the tight end a little bit more, and he is a good one.
Well, 62 receptions coming in, Brent. You're absolutely right. We saw him catch the touchdown pass in the first half. A remarkable athlete.
Both sides on the defense. Decline. First down.
So they move the sticks now for the Canes.
Both these teams use the tight end an awful lot, and I think that's one of the things that have changed in college football over the years. It shows you some of the sophistication in passing attacks in the college ranks now, where college teams can get to the ball to the tight end very successfully.
Ball is at the 16-yard line for Kosar. He runs Oliver on first down. Bangs out to the 32-yard line before David Pereira, the safety, is forced to come up with the stop. That's a gain of 16 and another first down.
Brent, when you throw the ball as effectively as Miami does, you have to be able to run draw plays. It has to be an effective run for you. Here it was. Again, they came back and threw the ball in the first couple of downs here in the second half. Then they come back with a draw play to Darrell Oliver. Take a look at Mike Ruth, number 68 in the middle of the screen. We thought this was going to be an interesting matchup. Ruth against Sinclair. Sinclair wins that battle right there.
Kosar to throw. That's a deep drop. He sets the screen, and that time the BC read it perfectly and banged into Bratton. It was David Thomas, number 50.
That was the first time that Boston College went into what they call tough. Both linebackers walked right up into the guards' faces, and they came, and they put pressure on Kosar, man-to-man coverage, and Kosar was not able to set that screen.
And you mentioned, Era, that's one of the adjustments that you felt that BC had to make, was really to get to Kosar, put some pressure on him.
And the rain has returned to the Orange Bowl, starting to come down again. Rained hard here earlier this morning, let up just before kickoff, started to clear late in the second quarter, and now the rain has rolled back in. Kosar with time, throws to Eddie Brown. Brought down at the 40-yard line. It'll be short of a first down. Number 45, Todd Russell there. And a penalty marker is down.
Boy, Kosar really took a shot, but the interesting thing here is watch Eddie Brown. We said how talented he is. What I like about him, Brent, is the way he comes back for the ball. This is a shot throw, but he comes back to make the reception, to greet the ball, catches it with his hands, which is a great sign. But Kosar took an incredible shot here, the punishment that some quarterbacks are going to take after they release the football. And that's what I believe the penalty was all about. The ball is gone, there's the hit, and the official's there to make the call.
John Moser delivered that hit on Bernie.
Went in the pass, a personal foul against Boston, first down.
As a result of the penalty, the ball is put down on the 47-yard line. 1st and 10, the Hurricanes trailing Jack Bicknell's Boston College Eagles by 7. It's a shootout in Miami, 28-21. to the left. Gets to the 43-yard line. Pereira again being forced to make the stop as the Hurricanes turn the corner.
Obvious audible that time, and he saw that he could log in the contained man on the right side, and they did so. Came right around the corner for good yardage.
Interesting thing, you mentioned the audible. Don't you think college quarterbacks now are audibleizing much more so than when I played? And again, were you coaching? We hardly ever audibleized when I was in college.
We audibleized an awful lot.
Well, there goes that theory.
Eddie Brown, who has gone over 1,000 yards, second and just inches. Going to the long count again. Penalty marker comes down. Kozar to throw on second and short. Eddie Brown through his hands and incomplete. Stanley Shakespeare is downfield complaining about interference against Brown.
Let's take a look and see whether or not he was interfered. He was pushed out of bounds. You can see the audible, and they jump offside. He changed the cadence on him. Boston College jumped offside. Here's Kozar throwing it down. Brown went out and then up. And watch right here. Let's see whether or not, well, you can't see. He was forced out of bounds by number 43, Neil Eichen. Right, here's another view of it right there. I don't know, no interference there. But he did shove him out of bounds, and he can legally come back.
Doesn't matter because BC was offside, so Miami gets the first down. The ball is at the 38-yard line. Brian Blades is back at one safety for BC. He has just checked in. And again, Kozar changing the play at the line. Quick throw to Smith, incomplete.
Now that's the second time they came into sort of a blitz situation, putting pressure on Kozar. The linebackers are coming.
And Kozar read the blitz, of course, and got the ball to his tight end on a kind of a hot principle there. Mike Ruth, the nose guard from BC. Look at those big arms he has. He tries to loop in. There's a little line stunt there. He comes in free, but a little late on Kozar. But interesting line stunt there by the BC front, trying to put more pressure on Kozar.
Kozar with a 2nd and 10. Reverse with Eddie Brown. They pull the guards inside the 30. First down, out of bounds at about the 24-yard line. Vincent Munn defensively for the Eagles finally caught up with him.
When they ran this play earlier in the game to reverse to Eddie Brown with a great deal of success. And the philosophy is if you don't stop it, we're going to keep coming out at you. Look at number 76. Now that's the center, Ian Sinclair, who actually snapped the ball, then got out in front. But a very good play call by Jimmy Johnson. The thing is, if a team doesn't stop the play, go ahead and run it again.
Alvin Ward, number 72, could have been called there for a clip or using illegally use of the hands. He shoved and pushed off.
15-yard gain and another Hurricane first down. Kozar swings to Bratton. All kinds of daylight. Dives down to the 2-yard line and out of bounds. Neil Eaton was there defensively after a run of 22 yards.
BC's defensive philosophy has changed here in the second half. You're going to see the blitz from the inside right there. Both linebackers come up the middle. They want to put more pressure on Kozar. Here's the result, though. He reads it, dumps the ball off to his halfback, Bratton, who pulls a Greg Laganis, gives him a little dive shot right over the top. But a very good read of the blitz by Bernie Kozar. That's good, intelligent offense, I want to tell you.
First and goal for the Canes. Bratton over the top. This time the touchdown, Miami. It's in only 9 plays. Drive lasted 3 minutes and a second.
Melvin Bratton over the top. Remember, go over the top. Well, here's Melvin Bratton's chance to go. What was remarkable. We saw reverses to Eddie Brown. We saw the tight end catch the ball. The ball was thrown all over the field. That's tough to defend.
Kick it off. Tied again in Miami. And this one will go out of bounds.
Emotionally ready for the Fighting Irish.
Ball is kicked again from the 35, and it is fielded by Taylor. breaks out to the 33-yard line, and here's Doug Flutie to handle it for the first time in the second half.
It's a pretty good first half of football.
Don't forget he ran for a third one.
That's right. I used to have a lot of those kind of days, Era. It was against the Fighting Irish, if I remember.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did. I won't deny that. I can't.
One setback behind Flutie. Steve Strahan. Been in for every snap so far at that position. And Flutie hits Phelan out of bounds at the 40-yard line. They'll throw it on first down, won't they? But an interesting thing about BC, as they prepared for this game, as they will for whomever they meet in the Cotton Bowl, they are much more concerned about their own tendencies during the season than they are about the defensive tendencies. And they spend a lot of hours poring over computer readouts, making sure that a defensive assistant somewhere can't come up with a tendency. But I would say look for Flutie to throw the ball often.
You want to go out on a limb like that, huh?
Here comes Kenny Bell, who is checked in. And Reggie Sutton leads the defense that time. It'll be third down for BC.
It'll be interesting to see whether or not at halftime the Hurricanes have changed their philosophy, whether or not they're going to try to pressure him and contain people, because that's where they were really hurt in the first half. This is a very key play right here. Of course, it's 3rd and 2, but you never know what Flutie's trying to do.
It's going to be an interesting formation that Bicknell just signaled into Flutie. Got 2 wide receivers to the left. He'll bring one in motion and run him out of a slot. Play fake and send his running back out, and then hit the wide receiver. And what a defensive hit delivered by Miami. Incomplete. Phelan couldn't hold on that time.
Ken Calhoun did a beautiful job. Number 2 for the Hurricanes in the secondary. You see Flutie will put the ball right there, but Calhoun comes in, reacts to while the ball is in the air right there, and really puts a hit on Phelan. Woo!
But Phelan bounced right up after that hit. I want to tell you, that is something else.
Does this BC punter ever get to play? Here he is, Steve Peach. He's one of the quarterbacks who will have an opportunity to replace Doug Flutie next year. That's big shoes at that school, isn't it? Eddie Brown is set back deep, comes up with his hand for the fair catch. Ball will be put in play at the 23 when it's time they handle the ball here in the second half. If you just joined us, Boston College struck for 2 quick touchdowns in the game. The first 2 times they handled the ball, led 14-0 before Kozar, and Miami came back. Bernie to throw it, usually sets a screen when he drops that deep. Drops it to Darrell Oliver, complete. First down and out beyond the 40-yard line.
I want to tell you, Bernie Kosar on this Miami offense can beat you so many different ways. They've thrown the ball downfield, and the defense has to be concerned about that. Then they fake the ball to Darrell Oliver, their tailback. He avoids the rush of Mike Ruth, throws the ball over a defender, and there's Oliver, the man he had faked to, picking up a couple of nice blocks and scooting for another first down. A lot of offense. I'm not sure how you can defend that.
19-yard gain for the Canes. The ball is spotted now at the 43. 10:31 to go. Third quarter. Here's Oliver. Bratton leads him. Penalty marker is down. Now. He was stopped for a yard loss, and we'll wait and see what the officials are going to come up here with a penalty. It may be against BC.
You can see here the defensive play, number 95, Dick Gorecki, comes out here fighting off blockers, stepping over them. He gets support from the secondary. There's a good block here by number 50, who is Mike Moore. But there's a penalty.
That line play. But there, that was a good shot of the line play, and why Kosar has been successful, because they've given him very aggressive run blocking as well as good protection for him to throw the ball.
You know, he's had 219 yards of negative yardage during the course of the year, and you would think that they would get...
It is 1st and 5 for the Hurricanes. The ball is at the 47. Kosar to Brown. Incomplete.
Brown can't believe he dropped it. I can't either.
I am incredibly impressed with the speed and the burst of Eddie Brown. It looks like he's not going to catch up to this ball. Kozar gets a little bit of pressure, but he does step up and throws his ball as far as he can. But there's a burst there by Brown. He tries to adjust. Generally, he's going to catch that ball. The ball's a little bit to the inside. He tries to adjust. He slips and falls. I've seen him make a lot of those catches.
2nd and 5. We are even, 28 apiece. Complete to Bratton. First down, inside the 40, 35. Finally run out of bounds at the 29-yard line by Vincent Munn.
Take it downtown a moment ago. We saw that to Eddie Brown, and then he can come right back and finesse you and dump the ball out to the flat to Melvin Bratton, number 5, and let him do his thing. And again, that is why they are difficult to defend. You don't know what you should be dropping back in deep zones or coming up and hugging the backs as they come out of the backfield.
Well, he's got such great peripheral vision.
For Bernie Kozar, who is only a sophomore and will in the 4th quarter. And now the Hurricanes have used one of their 3. Again, movement on that long count. Ball is spotted at the 24. This is Oliver to the 19-yard line and another first down. Andy Himmer, the linebacker, brought him down.
These last 2 drives by Miami have been very, very impressive. We saw a long drive a moment earlier to get the touchdown. Here they're controlling the ball again with some passes and running the football. But the biggest thing is they're keeping Flutie on the bench.
Pat Nera, teams up north who come into the South late in the season sometimes run out of gas down the stretch. Now, this is not a normal day down south, I realize. Not nearly as much humidity as would ordinarily affect the team. But in talking to Jack Bicknell in Boston before they left, he was someone concerned about their stamina.
Well, this is a good cool day, but what I get the feeling here is that momentum to have it. They're keeping the Eagles off balance.
First downs this quarter, 8 for Miami and none for Boston College. Throw it on first down. Pops it to Oliver, the running back. Inside the 15. You mentioned at the top of the game, Era, that you didn't think the Hurricanes were playing with much enthusiasm. Here in the second half, they are playing with the spark, and BC doesn't have it right now.
Well, you can just feel it. The momentum in this game has shifted, but also that time that the Boston College Ball Club tried to blitz again, did not get to Kozar. Kozar went one-on-one again. He just picks out. He seems to have a knack and vision to pick out the right guy.
He'll run Oliver. Brought down hard that time.
I wonder if Jimmy Johnson mentioned anything at halftime about the Maryland second half as well. Perhaps that was one reason they went and discussed that, and he came out with a lot more emotion here in the second half, like you mentioned.
Very good point, Pat, because they were devastated here a couple of weeks ago after leading 31-0, you know, and that can really hurt. And they seemed to be flat when they first started, but they've picked up, and they've got everything going their way right now. But you can't count Boston College out of this ball game.
But in this quarter, Boston College has gained only 7 yards to Miami's 129. 3rd and less than 5, and on the delay, it's Bratton for the first down to the 5-yard line.
I have enjoyed the play selection of both of these coaches all day. 3rd and 5, that's a passing down for Bernie Kozar, right? Well, you're wrong if he gets that, and that's what Boston College guessed. A little draw play to Melvin Bratton, who has the strength to break a tackle or two and pick up a first down. But tremendous play selection by changing. The graphic shows the point.
Well, Boston College has only had the ball once this quarter.
Bratton cut down at the 4. Mike Ruth, number 68. Their splendid nose guard. And got a big arm on. Now it'll be 2nd and goal. 7-9 left in the 3rd quarter here in the Orange Bowl.
Brent, you're probably seeing the best Hurricane defense right now. with Kosar and company on the field.
Flutie on the bench. You're right.
I knew you'd find a way in the second half.
Yeah, but he's got to stop Kosar too, doesn't he?
Bratton off the pitch behind Oliver, and that time he tried to go in the air and he was just pulled down. And again, Ruth is over there helping out on the defense. Big number 68. What a nose guard he is.
If you see the size of his arms, Brent, they're huge.
Well, is this a passing down, Pat, or a running down?
Well, the last time they were in a third down situation, they ran the draw play. I don't think that's a good call here. I'm expecting to see Kosar throw the ball.
He has that big tight end, Smith. Incomplete. Stanley Shakespeare was the intended receiver.
Bernie Kosar has a very big arm. It looked like he perhaps threw this ball a little bit too hard. He was only a few yards away from number 6, Stanley Shakespeare. He was trying to hit him on a little slant inside the coverage. The ball was actually behind him as well. Stanley Shakespeare had beaten the defense, but not a very well thrown ball by Kosar, really for the first time today.
Greg Cox on the field to attempt a field goal.
Ford on 4th down, signaling to the sideline, we want to go get the touchdown.
Kick is up, and the Hurricanes have taken the lead for the first time this afternoon, 31-28. Kicks it into the end zone where it's caught by Taylor. He'll down it there on the touchback. It'll come out.
Control the clock. Keep Kosar on the bench.
His brother, Darren Flutie, is in. 3 wide receivers on the field for the Eagles in this formation. He goes to the right side. Oh. Phelan almost intercepted. That was Reggie Sutton.
Boy, that was a dangerous, dangerous throw that time. The first time that really he has thrown a poor ball. And you'll see here Reggie Sutton, number 1, come in here and almost intercept the ball. He reacts very quickly off balance. He throws it. Sutton comes in. It is a low throw, but Sutton does not hang on. Good defense.
And they put some outside pressure on there on Doug Flutie from Jerome Brown, one of the tackles there. Contain Flutie.
Sean Dombrowski has checked in. They'll run the draw play with Strahan. He gets out beyond the 20-yard line. Jerome Brown made the stop for the Hurricanes.
Well, you can see what has happened in the second half. Momentum has shifted. They've done a great job. Of course, Flutie has only had, this is his second opportunity of possession. And I think they need a play here to get them going again. They need a big play.
Well, it looks like Miami defensively must have been listening to you, Area, because they're containing Flutie from the outside, trying to keep him in the pocket this half.
In Bell in, he's slotted to the left. Flutie drops back under pressure, shovels it off to Strahan, the fullback, who slips, gets to the 26-yard line, short of the first down. It's 3 downs and out again.
That was the perfect defense that time. They contained from the outside, they blitzed from the inside, and that's the way they kept him right in there. It was Fleming, Bruce Fleming, 58, the linebacker, came in. Watch here.
Pretty good protection there. Contain him from the outside, and then he's going to get the inside pressure right there from number 58, Fleming. This is just precisely the defense, Coach, that you were talking about that you would use against Flutie.
Steve Peach back deep to punt. Eddie Brown, the return man for the Hurricanes. It's a short punt, fielded at midfield by Kenny Calhoun. And here comes Kosar, career record as a sophomore, beating Jim Kelly, of course, who had a lot more playing time down here, although Kelly, what change as I remember, he has gone on to greater glory in the USFL, of course, with Houston. Ball at midfield. Miami leading Boston College 31-28. Williams has checked into the backfield. Kosar to throw on first down. Look to the left. Comes back to the right side on the move. Intercepted. Intended for Stanley Shakespeare. And Todd Russell was over there helping out. So Flutie and BC will go back to work.
Bernie Kosar gives you his Doug Flutie impersonation as he's going to try to avoid the rush. BC is trying to put a little bit more pressure on him. He steps to the outside, and then he makes kind of a poor decision because the ball, he couldn't get any zip on the ball, and there's Todd Russell, number 45. Now watch him lateral it here to Thurman. Well, one more look. 45, Todd Russell, takes a hit. A little impromptu play. He's got a little Doug Flutie in him, too, as he hands off to Thurman.
First down, ball at the 30-yard line. Flutie will throw it under pressure. Complete to his back. Number 23 coming out of the backfield, Troy Stratford. And he gets to the 40-yard line. Will be very close to a first down for the Eagles.
Very, very tough pass to cover because they fake the tailback action, and the tailback goes underneath the zoning linebackers, which is dropped deep to help out on the secondary people, and they just dumped that ball off. We saw a week ago Keith Byers of Ohio State catch a number of passes the same way.
I don't see Kosar make too many throws like that. He's a very bright guy, very careful with the football.
Martin will go out to the left. Ken Bell is in at tailback. He is on the right wing. Now they show double wing. Gieselman cuts back, motion man. Flutie straight back, wants Gieselman, who's got the ball, battles his way to the 45-yard line. Another first down, and the Eagles suddenly are on the move. A 14-yard gain.
Again, the difference in offensive philosophies. There's number 83 who's going in motion. He's going to be the man who catches the ball. That's Gieselman. Again, Boston College uses different formation, uses people in motion, and then Doug Flutie drops back and finds the open man.
I believe I was told that Gieselman's father is the president of the Boston Stock Exchange, and a lot of his relatives have gone to Harvard and the Ivy League schools. Came time for him to choose. He said, I want to play big-time football. I'm going to Boston College. And he has helped lead this school right to the forefront. College football powers, especially in the East. Strahan bangs straight ahead down to the 40-yard line. A gain of 4 yards.
It looks like the momentum now has swung back to BC after the turnover by Miami. The interception by Kosar. Finally, we're seeing a little bit more of Doug Flutie here in the second half.
He's got the ball down to the 40, and this is why coaches absolutely detest turnovers. It just drives you crazy because momentum can shift, all kinds of things can happen, and here we see the Eagles again.
Stratford, the tailback. They fake to him. They throw downfield, complete. Inside the 20-yard line that time. Doug Flutie is now 25 of 34, and he's thrown for almost 300 yards. He hit Phelan, his favorite target.
Watch the coverage here. The toughest thing in the world is to stop a pass like this because Flutie gets the ball there so rapidly. Now he gets right into the seam right there, and the ball is bang right there. I can't believe how quick Flutie gets the ball there. And you see they're inside the 20-yard line.
Mr. Excitement brings him up, Era. Ball at the 19. Martin in motion on the right. Drops it off. Stratford. Brought down at the 16-yard line by Bruce Fleming, a linebacker who's played very well for Jimmy Johnson this afternoon.
Again, here is where Flutie has been so tough down on teams. Most teams have difficulty scoring when they get inside the 20-yard line with a run. We saw him run the ball in the first half for a touchdown.
Two tight ends now. And they run Strahan. Straight ahead, bangs to the 9-yard line.
Doug Flutie throws the ball on you, scrambles, and then he comes right back and gives the ball to Steve Strahan. This is power football. They had two tight ends in the game. They can finesse you, and BC can run some power football at you. They ran for 270 yards last week. That makes them a very good offensive football team.
Boston College is an even 500 on third downs. They're 4 of 8 coming up to their 9th. Now they move ahead of it with that first down. Bang to the 6-yard line with Strahan.
Strahan has been their short yardage man right there. That's the 13th time they've run him in 3rd and 1 situations, and he's made 12 of those. So he is a very, very powerful back for BC, and important to have that short yardage runner in any offense. And that's what Miami misses in Highsmith.
They hasn't shown that formation very much earlier in this ball game, where they go 2 tight ends and 2 wideouts, puts pressure on the defense again. They're a multiple offensive football team.
They cut him off to the left, incomplete, and Gieselman, the intended receiver, had slipped cutting back that time.
If Doug Flutie didn't have a quick release, he would have been sacked here. He's trying a little bootleg action. This time he did not fool the Miami defense. He's run this play a couple of times with some success, but he sees an open receiver, Gieselman, number 83, and a quick release here, and the way he falls back, he doesn't take the hit, and he doesn't take the sack, and that's an important play for Doug Flutie.
Very good point, Pat, because they've got 2nd down now at the 5 instead of 2nd and 10 or 15.
And it's really raining now.
Flutie sprints to the left. Now he's going to come back. Now he's going to go back to the left. Throws it out of bounds.
They're calling it.
That should have been
Miami complaining about intentional grounding on that play.
That should have been a grounding call. The official said the ball was tipped, though. And if the ball is tipped, there looked to be no receiver in the area, but the official said the ball was tipped, thus it wasn't intentional grounding.
But you can see what happens when the contain stays there. They kept driving him back farther and farther and farther. Even though they didn't get him, he had a longer throw to make. The timing was off. And that's what they have to do.
Stratford unwisely laterals the ball to the Hurricanes, but they're going to whistle it dead. He was wrapped up by George Myra Jr., one of the biggest names in Miami football history. Is his father, George Myra, who was the original scrambling small Hurricane quarterback down here. And his son read this play perfectly. Doug
Flutie's personality is infectious, because Troy Stratford does this thing he really should do, and that is try to lateral the ball. Facing call by BC.
Kevin Snow to attempt a 29-yard field goal. If good, will be tied again. It's good. 5 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. And it is Boston College 31, Miami 31.
Brent, I thought basketball game was tomorrow.
Let's go back on that play call, Era, that point that Pat made. What'd you think about that?
Well, he tried to get a screen out. Down there, throwing it around like it's a dry field.
Watch out!
Oliver breaks free. And that's the end of the quarter. And we'll return to Miami. The 4th quarter about to begin in the Orange Bowl. I'm Brent Musburger, along with Pat Hayden and Era Parsigan. And you are watching one of the more entertaining college football games of the year with the